morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and thank you for tuning in. I want to put a spotlight on Krystle Flowers. I want to put the spotlight on Krystle Flowers because she's been on a journey for a little over a year now. As I'm speaking right now, she's been on a 1-year journey, and it continues now as we speak. But she's been on a journey of not only physical health and wellness, but also a journey of just change physically, emotionally, psychologically, and spiritually. Some more than others, but nonetheless, her journey is very significant. I'll let her tell her story, but it's very significant, and it's I know it's very inspiring because I've seen the journey for about we're talking about 10 years now of I'll let her tell the story, and then I'll come back with my own story or stories as well. I'll keep it as simple as possible, but I'll let her tell her story about her journey, especially as it relates to this this last year that's gone by as I'm speaking right now. So I give to you Krystle Flowers.
So I started my weight loss journey because I felt that I was honestly just getting way too big. I've always been a smaller body type or stature. I've always been pretty small. And I just wasn't comfortable in my body anymore, and I knew that that wasn't what I was supposed to be. I've never ever been nowhere near close to 200 pounds, and I've never ever gotten that close to 200 pounds. So I started it because I just felt like I got too big and I wasn't comfortable in my body, and I didn't want to look and feel like that anymore. So this is not my first time on this journey. About 10 years ago, I was also, I was in my early 20s then, and I wasn't overweight. It was just one of those things where it was just like, I picked up a little bit of pounds from high school. So I was like, okay. And I was working out, and then I would stop working out, and then I would go back, and then I kind of would bounce back and forth. And I would pick up weight, lose weight, nothing really significant up until more recent where I really picked up a lot of weight. But I had my times when I was younger where I would kind of go back and forth, and I wasn't as consistent and things like that. So this is definitely not my first rodeo with dealing with weight gain and trying to maintain a healthy weight and being consistent. So I have definitely been down this road before, but what I can say is the change from then to now is now being older, and your body changes, you're more mature. I've been able to be very more disciplined and be more consistent. And that's been the big change, where it's just before I was like, I'm gonna do it and whatever. But now it's one of those things where it's just like, so I'm consistent, I'm more disciplined. I'm not so easily to fall back into bad habits. Ooh, some pitfalls and struggles I had was really mainly my diet. Working out has always been fun for me. Like, I enjoy working out. I feel like for me it was more it was the diet, the food, having to cut back on certain things or not eat certain things, not eating late, staying away from certain foods that I really like and foods that I really enjoy. It's hard because your body starts to crave those things, especially when you start to not eat them. The dietary adjustments that I made through my journey was I became a pescatarian. For people that don't know what a pescatarian is someone that pretty much only eats fish and seafood meat. So you don't eat any chicken, pork, beef, anything like that. You strictly only have a fish and seafood diet. So that was one of the main changes that I made with my diet, outside of course, not eating any fast food. I became a pescatarian. Being a pescatarian has been working actually really good for me. Believe it or not, I feel like I adjusted to it very quickly. Possibly because I already like fish and seafood, so it wasn't something that was a change in the sense of it wasn't something that I did not eat prior to making the change. It's never something that I've strictly only done. So with this diet of being a pescatarian, I ate fruits and vegetables. So for instance, a typical meal would be a piece of salmon, some Brussels sprouts, brown rice, quinoa, something of that sort. Or a salad. So yes, salads or spinach, broccoli, chard, any type of vegetable really to pair. And as far as grain, I would do, like I said, brown rice. Sometimes I would do quinoa, or here and there I would do a baked potato, So just pretty much, yeah. And then fruits, of course, I would do fruits if I was to eat late, because I would try my best not to eat after 8 o'clock. So if I did eat after 8 o'clock, I would cut up like some watermelon or like a mango or like pineapple. So I would try to keep my diet to fruits and vegetables after a certain hour. But yeah, that's pretty much kind of what you eat with a pescatarian diet. And then if you do say you do like shrimp and stuff like that, like I would have I'd have like brown rice, and then I'd have like some shrimp, and then I have like some broccoli in it, kind of like a little like stir fry bowl, stuff like that. So those were kind of like the things that I would eat when I was heavily like really on this diet change. I would say this journey has helped me mentally and psychologically, because I feel like it is helped me feel more confident in myself, because I'm back to, I feel like, what I was or how I was, because that's not, I've never been that weight. So I feel like mentally it helped me to get back on track of who I am and just being comfortable in my skin. It gave me back my confidence. Also, I feel like mentally it was hard for me, because I felt like I was holding on to a lot of weight, because I was going through a lot mentally with, just life issues happening, past issues that I hadn't resolved, that were still kind of lingering and not fully addressed. Things that I was holding on to, things that I may have had resentment towards, certain things that have happened in my life in the past, and certain things that were going on in my life currently, with just certain situations in my life that was holding me back too. I was holding on to a lot of weight. I would call it stress weight, I would say it was. So it caused me to eat certain things and eat unhealthy, and then in turn hold on to a lot of weight, because I was just mentally going through a lot. So, but I was able to get into therapy, and that was a big help for me to kind of get through that block of mentally not being in the right space to start this journey. So, that was a big help for me getting into therapy, and me really getting help in order to get my mind right to be mentally and psychologically ready to enter this journey, because this journey is not just physical changes, it's not just diet change, like it is just as much as a mental change as well, because if your mind isn't right, you're not going to be able to physically take this serious and make the changes with your body. So it's definitely one of those things when people say mind, body, and soul, it's that it really is. It's not just a cliche term, but it really is a legitimate term of getting to a certain weight goal. You have to be mentally there, mentally ready. So it's been a lot. I've had quite the journey to get to this point of where I'm at right now. Ooh. How I feel now as opposed to a year ago is I feel a lot better. I feel like I can move better in my body. I feel like my clothes fit better. I feel like my aesthetic looks better. I feel like I look like myself. I'm more confident. I feel like I just look overall just like me. And I feel like I lost that when I had gained a lot of weight. So I feel great. Like I feel probably the greatest I've felt in a long time with my weight loss. Like I'm really, really happy in my body. Thus far, I have lost 34 pounds. I started out at, no, I think it's 32. I started out, was 34? Was it 34?
Up more is more.
Is it 35?
You're at about 38 pounds.
I'm sorry. Okay, yes.
No, we're gonna keep on.
Oh, okay.
Keep going.
So I've lost about 38 pounds thus far, because when I started this journey, I was 198. Like I was saying earlier, I was close to 200. I didn't quite hit 200, but that scared me enough where I knew I had to do something. So I got down to 198. I'm sorry, I started at 198 and then I got down to 160. So yes, I've lost about close to 40 pounds. So that's a big, significant weight loss. And my goal is to actually lose a little bit more to get down to my goal weight. So yeah, I've lost about 40 pounds, and it's like night and day from how I was then looking at myself now. So I definitely had a big drop in weight. What I recommend for anyone that is trying to go through this journey of weight loss is, first and foremost, do what changes are best suitable for you. And when I say that, meaning, for instance, some people, they might decide to be vegetarian. They could decide to be vegan. They could decide to do a keto diet. I mean, there's lots of different ways or different, processes of the nutrition part of losing weight. So I would suggest do what's best for you, because what may be best for you may not be best for somebody else. Like for me, the pescatarian route was the best thing that I could do for me. Without me, I feel like being in a miserable state of trying to lose weight where I'm eating stuff and I'm not happy, and I'm like forcing myself to like, oh my God, I have to eat this. And it's like, oh my God, like I actually enjoyed my diet because I ate things that I actually enjoyed that were healthy. Salmon and bass and, shrimp, and I was able to have brown rice, and I had Brussels sprouts. I actually like Brussels sprouts. I like chard. So it's one of those things. It wasn't like a torture factor for me because I was able to eat things that I actually enjoyed that were healthy. So that would definitely be my suggestion for anyone, is to do what you feel is something that's not going to like mentally like stress you out or break you down where it's like, oh my God, I have to do this. Like, you know? And I will also to make sure that mentally you are ready for the journey, because it's a lot. It's a lot mentally to get up every day, do your workouts, be consistent with your diet, be consistent with not eating late. So I think mentally you have to be prepared to really put yourself into it, because the first month for me was really hard. Even though I was eating foods that I liked, it was still one of those things like my body was still craving the junk. So it's like you go through these kind of like withdrawals. Like it's kind of like any addiction. Like you go through withdrawals where you're like craving stuff. Like the first couple of weeks, I was craving In-N-Out. I wanted In-N-Out all the time. It was like the smell of it made me excited and I couldn't eat it. Like I literally would want In-N-Out. And even though In-N-Out is not bad food, it's still one of those things when you're trying to lose weight. It's just not something that you should be eating. So, you know, it's just one of those things you have to mentally block that stuff out. And I didn't eat it. I stayed away from In-N-Out. I stayed away from In-N-Out, I think, for 8 months. And then I finally went with my brother to have In-N-Out. I remember we went to an event. We went and got In-N-Out as like a little treat. And I hadn't had that in months. So I would think that would be the next thing, is just to be mentally prepared to block things out and be mentally prepared to make the changes. And then lastly, I would say just, you know, listen to your body. You know what I mean? Listen to your body, see what works for you, and, you know, do what you feel is best based on your goals. You know what I mean? For instance, I wanted to lose weight. So for me, my goal was to a lot of cardio, a lot of resistance training in order to lose the weight, a lot of core work versus someone that maybe wants to gain weight, where they do more lifting and, you know, they would do more weight training. So I think just listening to your body and knowing exactly what your goals are. So yeah, because everyone doesn't come to or get a trainer to per se lose weight. Some people have the complete opposite. They want to gain weight or gain muscle or tone. It's not always a weight loss journey. So knowing what your focus is and knowing what your journey is also very key to make the changes in order to get the body that you're looking for, the body that you desire. So, yeah. As I was saying earlier, sometimes, you know, you need to get your mental together in order to start this journey. And I think I said earlier I was going to a therapist because I had some things going on in my life that were unresolved issues that, you know, I had to sort out in order to be able to do this journey. And so I had a therapist, and then I also went to my brother for therapy as well. And I felt that it was good that I had an outside opinion, obviously, because, you know, with being my brother, you know, of course, certain things can be biased because we're related. So that's why I had an outside therapist. But I can say that with the sessions, I was able to have some therapy sessions with my brother, and in those sessions he took out the emotional connection to me as me being his sister, and he looked at me as an actual client and someone that was coming to him for help, and he was able to give me some very good insight, especially knowing me, giving me some good insight to help me with some mental things that I was going through. That was a big struggle for me. And that was really, really imperative of my journey and really helped me to get where I am now, because I had to have my mental right. And it was really good to have that experience, because it was one of those things where I have my outside experience with someone that doesn't know me, that can give me a strictly in a professional opinion that's does not know me. And then I had an experience with my brother who does know me, but was able to give me straight out just blatant advice and take the fact that we're related out of it, but knowing me was able to give me the advice that I needed. So it was really, really, really good for me, and I was really happy to be able to have those sessions, because it was definitely two different perspectives, and perspectives that really helped me. So it was really, really good. I really, really enjoyed the therapy that I got. So for anybody out there that is looking to make a change, whether that be physically, mentally, emotionally, this is the place to come. This is the place to be. As I explained to you, I've had so many changes. I mean, I've dropped almost 40 pounds in weight. My mental has gotten so much better. I've gotten also a little backstory. I do have scoliosis. I was born with it. It's a mild case, but I still have it. And my brother was able to do adjustments on me and certain massages to kind of get my body and get me feeling right when my back was giving me some issues and things like that. So if you're, an athlete, or you have back issues or anything like that, I mean, it's pretty much a one-stop shop to get pretty much everything you need. Mental, physical, like I said. Also, if you have nutrition issues, or you need help with getting or your diet, or you're trying to figure out what foods or what are the right things to eat. So it did wonders for me. Like I said, I was able to get everything. My back, issues, my mental. I lost all this weight. So it's definitely everything that you pretty much need to come here and get the services here. And yeah, so I would recommend Kennetic-Fit and Wellness to anybody that is looking to make some real changes, or that has any type of issues that are going on. And, you're in good hands here, and you'll be able to really come out here and feel better about yourself and get the goals and achieve the goals that you want to get to.
So you just heard from Krystle Flowers. That's my sister. And I'm happy for her. I'm very proud of the fact that since about 2012, as you see in the pictures, that it's been a journey. And she is very appreciative of the journey as well, because she's learned a lot. Not only from me, but from other people as well. But she's learned a lot, and I'm very proud of the fact that she has become more self-aware of the journey and how it's affected her, and how it's affected her life journey and the direction that it's going now, which is a much more positive direction than it was, again, just a little over a year ago. And so things have gotten better for her, not only in the body, but in the mind as well. And because she's had her own challenges and things of this nature, but she is absolutely coming out on top. And I commend her, and commend her bravery, and commend her commitment to herself, which is the most important, her commitment to herself. Because at some point, self-love has to be a part of the equation. Self-love. We have to love ourselves enough to want to make changes for ourselves so we can be better. so we can be better every single day. And when we all become at least self-aware enough to see that change must happen or must occur for change in our outside world to occur. It has to change within first. It won't happen any other way. It's never happened any other way throughout human history. Because everything starts in your mind. That's why Kennetic-Fit and Wellness says mental attitude first. So consider Kennetic-Fit and Wellness for any and all of your fitness endeavors. Any of your fitness endeavors. And again, it doesn't matter whether you want to gain weight, lose weight, gain muscle, train for an event, whether it's track and field, you want to prep for your football season, basketball. It doesn't matter what the sport is. Even if it's golf or tennis. I mean, because in kinetics, again, it's about the body being dynamic, able to move in all positions, being able to move in varying dynamics. So it doesn't matter what the event is, it doesn't matter what level you are in your physical fitness, because all of us have the potential to be better. It doesn't matter if you're an elite athlete already right now. All of us have the potential to be even better than that. That's how we evolve. We get better. Every day we get better. So it doesn't matter if you're a beginner. It doesn't matter if you're already at the advanced level. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Because we always can learn something new. And here, there's a lot of information that will be given to you, so you can know how your own body functions, so you can better take care of you, so you can take better care of you. Self-care. You only have one body, this one here, or we call it the temple. So if this is your temple, why not take care of it? Or at least take care of it a little better. Take care of it a little better. And so consider Kennetic-Fit and Wellness for physical fitness, for learning, recipes, audios, you name it. You get it all here. Physiotherapy, you get it all here. You get it all here. You come here, you have physical fitness, your muscles are sore because they're being pushed over their limits, maybe for the first time in a long time. And so your muscles are sore from being used in such a repetitious way, and your muscles are, and the heat that's being produced within the muscle is cleaning all the toxic stuff that's been in your blood and in your muscles for whoever knows how long. So these are the things that you will learn. And many clients that come here have questions. They have questions. Many clients ask questions during the workout. What does this do? How does this work? And then we get into conversations about the body and how it functions within the workout. And that's okay. And that's okay, because I want people to learn how their bodies work and how it functions. on such a fundamental level. You don't have to be a physician. You don't even have to be a physical therapist. You don't even have to be a medical assistant. But if you just know some basics, just some basics, and that's what you are provided. This is what's being offered to you. And I don't know everything. But I know enough to know that I can give enough information to you so you can get results. And the way you get results is with consistency. Consistency and being committed. Time doesn't matter. I mean, it doesn't matter how long it takes, whether you take 3 months to get some results or whether it takes 1.5 years to get all your results. It doesn't matter. Time is on your side because every day is a learning experience. You're going to learn something. So let time be on your side. It doesn't matter how long it takes for you to lose your weight. It doesn't matter how long it takes for you to gain your muscle. Because it's a process. Your body will thank you more because you went through the process. Because you went through the process. And you learned something within the process. Or you may learn various things within the process. Various bits of information. Various bits of data. And then you may want to do your own studies and research. And come up with your own conclusions about your body. With your own conclusions. Which is even better, because when you formulate your own conclusions, that means it will stick to you and your brain even better, because you created it. And that's the magic. You created it. That's the magic. So consider Kennetic-Fit and Wellness for physical fitness training, and I can't wait to hear from you.